Hey YouTube, it's me Josh. Got a few things to talk about. They won't be in this order, because there's a few things I don't want to forget to mention. But I'm going to talk about the hurricane, Syria, and China acting up again. Uh, in the news right now, every news channel pretty much is completely focused on the hurricane, which, I'm not critiquing them on it, but there's a lot more than just this going on right now. Um, First off, in Syria, I just found out statistics that the government, well, currently rebels are trying to overthrow the government, and right now, it's the government has killed over 4,000 rebels, and well, I sorry, got that wrong. Here are the statistics. In Syria, over 4,000 rebels have been killed, and over 25,000. Did I get that? Yeah, 25,000 civilians have been killed. I would say that over 90% of those civilians were killed by the government, because the government is bombing and shelling things like bread lines or uh, bakeries, restaurants, soup kitchens, stuff like that, where there's going to be a lot of people to try to draw out all the rebels. So the government is doing most of the slaughtering for all the people, to them, and have only killed 4,000 of the rebels. Now, with these statistics, I would kind of side with the rebels just because of this. The fact that the government is willing to use such a lethal force just to be able to keep lining their pockets, because that's what they're doing in Syria. I don't know all the facts, or like why the rebels are trying to overthrow, or why the government is not trying to compromise with them, but I do know that the BBC said that these statistics were outrageous. I would personally use a term more like horrific, because this is insane. It's ridiculous. This should not be allowed. The US government should have stepped in a long time ago. And I think these numbers are not including any government forces that are dead. So it's not like the rebels have killed many civilians. They have. I'm not saying the rebels are being perfect. I mean, they just, I think it was today or a few days ago, killed 11 prisoners, which is against the Geneva Convention, but then again, so is the slaughter of civilians. And of course there will always be bystanders that get injured or killed, but they're attacking slaughtering, the government is slaughtering entire bread lines just to draw out a few rebels, and those bread lines is the only way that the Syrian people are being fed right now. So just want to bring this into light for a few people. And right now, recently, Japan purchased a few islands and the waters around them from private Chinese realtors. China is a bit ticked off about it, and they're ticked off about always being muscled around by Japan and the US. Particularly the US. They're not so pissed off about Japan purchasing the islands. They're pissed off about the US intervening at every turn, forcing on to China oil regulations, population regulations, emission regulations, things like this. And the US is trying to do it through Japan, not really succeeding, so they're doing it more directly, but I would not be surprised if in the next maybe 10 to 20 years, or sooner possibly, if things keep going like this, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we went to war with China. and possibly a few other Asian countries, most likely like North Korea, uh, countries that side with China, and we would probably go to war with them too. It would most likely be something like a World War III, because China has its hand in a lot of cookie jars. So does the U.S. So every country with a military power basically would get involved. For example, I recently went to Ecuador about a year ago to take a college course. We went to Ecuador for the college course, um, and they're running their cars on basic crude, pretty much crude oil, unrefined crude oil, and selling most of the oil to China. Crude oil is what you make gas with. So Ecuador is extremely poor. It's Sanchipampa, which is a small village pretty close to I think it's Brazil or Colombia. And at night we went there just to study the population and stuff. It was we had to it was really nice up there actually. But we could see from there like the capital of a neighboring country. That's how close we were. And the people in Sanchipampa are living on $500 a year. And that money goes towards taxes, food, water, medicine. But they're able to do it, which is amazing. Let's see. But, so, China goes to war with Japan. The U.S. will side with Japan, get involved, and then a country will get involved, side with China, and then it'll keep going and building. 3 more countries will side with China and Japan, and 7 more will side with China, and it'll just keep building like that. So really, be prepared to keep trying to look on the news, find out what the media isn't telling you, because they're censored by the government. So you really just dig around a bit, check out bbc.com or .org or whatever it is. Go to Google, type in BBC. The hurricane, Hurricane Sandy, believe it's still strong. It's in Canada by now. Might have died off, but anyway, it was really horrific, especially in New Jersey, Connecticut, and New York City. Lot more than 100 people lost their lives here in the U.S. Let's see, it's maybe 2 million people without power right now. Probably down about 1 million. Will be by tomorrow anyway. Staten Island got hit really hard in New York's. It's really poor community, and all the family there, they all live there, so they couldn't go anywhere, and they don't have the money to go there. They don't have the money to get enough gas to drive where it would be safe. They can't do that, and they have to stay where there's work, where they can go to work as soon as possible. And that's why some of those people died or were injured and stuff. Some people were injured just out of being stupid, like New York City in Central Park. These 2 guys were out walking their dog, and a tree fell on them. Not to disrespect their dad or to insult anyone, but you do not walk your dog in the middle of a hurricane. Little bit stupid. Just putting it out there. Another lady in New York, I believe it was caught on fire by a live electric wire, telephone wire, to take a picture. She wanted to go outside and take a picture of the hurricane. Don't do that. Stay inside where it's safe. Alright? Now, inside it's not extremely safe. A little boy was killed inside playing because a tree fell on his house and crushed him. Not his fault. You know, that's just the way the world turns, but it's really unfortunate. And I'm not trying to disrespect anyone. But really, be smart, please. Especially with winter coming around here in the US. Ice blizzards, snow blizzards, all that stuff. Just be smart. Don't go outside, take a picture when it's 10 below and the roads are slick and you get like icicle through your eye. Just don't. Wait to take the picture until the storm is past. It'll still be there. Whatever it is, it's almost guaranteed it'll still be there. If it's an icicle, it'll be there, it'll be bigger. And just leave it alone. Stay inside where it's warm and safe. Really, my heart goes out to like all the people that are injured right now, or who don't have power, or who have lost loved ones and stuff. My heart goes out to you, but just be safe and be smart. Don't, just good luck. And I really wish there was something I could do for the people that are in need right now. But I can't, no money. I will be donating some clothes though, and I urge everyone to do the same if you can. So that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna get a desktop as soon as I can. Really beefy one. Probably take me a while. Get a job at the Big M in Mexico. Probably ride my bike there. Get the job in spring. That way I can bike. It's not that far. Mexico is only about 10 miles. So I can't bike there in the winter, but spring or summer I should be fine. So I'll get a job, get a desktop, figure out a way to set it up in my room. That way I can do better video logs and all that. Do some gameplay and all that stuff. Hope everyone is safe and stuff. And see you later. Bye.